Well, it's looking right now we might have kicked a little butt tonight. What do you think? Thank you, Nashville. Thank you so much, Nashville. But before I can really say anything else, I have to thank my amazing wife, Carrington. And our three young guys here, Oscar, Julius, and Simon. Everyone already knows that Carrington's the one who should have run for mayor. And if she had, we wouldn't have to go into a runoff. But she's brilliant, she's beautiful, she's been a complete workhorse, and I'm really honored to have you as my wife. You've been a superstar. Well, it looks like things might be working out okay. What do you think? I want to thank you to everyone who's helped us make this happen. I want to thank everyone who's voted for us, to the folks who donated all their time and so much money, to friends and family for helping us through some stressful moments. There are just so many of you, and so many of you here tonight. And I want to give special thanks to the guys and gals who over the past several months have knocked on close to 80,000 doors. So here you go. Here they are. It's Kyle, Josh, Chris, Bill, Weston, Nick, Colton, Jacob, Allie, Tate, Daniel, Morgan, Jonathan, Colby, Jackson, and Sam. Please raise your hands, everybody. They did a fabulous job. And special thanks to the first person I asked to join the campaign, Visha Hawkins. Come up here, Visha. Visha, come up here, Visha. Come on. Come on. She's the hardest working person in local politics. Come on up, Visha. You've been fabulous. And to the man who designed and executed a very successful strategy, our campaign CEO, Chris Turner. Yes! I also want to thank one other person, and that's my brother George, for trying to do everything he could to help me. You know, I don't know how many of you really know our whole story, but when I was 4 and George was 6, our mother passed away in our house. She apparently died of a reaction to medication while my dad was out of town, and she died in the bathtub. And it was my big brother George, all of age 6, who had the wherewithal to call the operator and get help for us. So yes, I'm going to thank George for getting us through some really terrible times and for always really being there when I needed him. So I want to thank you, George. I know that everything you have done and always do is always done with the best of intentions. So who's our runoff opponent? Is it Barry, Freeman? Who is it? Who are we running against?
Doesn't matter.
I think Barry it is. That's right. Well, first, let's all give a hearty round of applause to all the other candidates who have fought so hard and they've dedicated their lives. They've dedicated their lives to this campaign to make our city better. So Charles Robert Bone, Linda Rebervick, Jeremy Kane, Howard Gentry, Bill Freeman, it has been my great honor to serve with you and to work with you in this campaign. Okay, now it's time for round two. And here's a promise I'm going to make to you. We're going to fight hard, and we're going to fight to win. Because nothing is worth fighting for more than the future of our city. And fight for it we will. Because our Nashville way is at stake. I'd like to address a couple of issues right up front, only because of who I'll be facing in the runoff. And hopefully this will be the last time we'll need to discuss them. They might have little to do with the mayor's race or the mayor's office, but considering who my opponent is, I thought it best to lay these issues to rest. Growing up Jewish, we're taught very early on not to judge the personal choices of other people too quickly. And I guess this probably makes sense given our history. So we generally accept others' choices when it comes to how they live their lives. And that means most Jewish people, myself included, tend to see the pro-life, pro-choice issue as one where we accept people who make those choices for or against, for themselves, based on their personal story and their values. On the issue of marriage equality, my view always has been live and let live. So my view in general is regardless of where you stand in the political spectrum, everyone deserves the chance to be heard and to have their opinion respected. The difference between Megan Barry and me on social issues is really more of the emphasis we place on them. For Megan, they're her reason for getting up in the morning. She's led with these issues her entire campaign, and I think they play a central role in her day-to-day leadership as mayor. I'm more in the center when it comes to politics. I tend to be a fiscally conservative, how we spend our dollars and cents, but more in the center when it comes to social issues. And I think that's where most Nashvillians are. I see the job of being mayor much more from a pragmatic perspective. The mayor needs to be able to address people from all sides, not just one side. And his or her first and only agenda should be the health of our city and the happiness of our people here in Nashville. So I really think, there's Megan Barry, who's over on the far left side, on the liberal side, and then there's generally all the rest of us. And here's what I can promise. When it comes to the emphasis I'll put on the work as mayor every single day that I'm serving you. First, I'll work hard to fix our traffic problems. I'll watch our city's spending and I'll pay down our debt. I'll dedicate my life to improving the quality of education for all children in Nashville. And I'll fight hard to make sure that we don't do another Atlanta. I'll protect our Nashville way. Promises made will be promises kept. Or you can change me out for a better model the next time we have an election. Hopefully it won't come to that. Megan Barry is going to be a very formidable candidate. She deserves to be in the final two because she's run a very good campaign. She's had to overcome a lot. Even went so far as to take the equity out of her house, $200,000 to pay for the last few weeks of TV spend. That's a person not to be underestimated. She wants to win, and there is no backup plan. You know, Carrington and I have known Megan and her husband Bruce for many years. We've been to each other's houses. We actually know each other quite well. And because I know her and respect her, I feel that it is my obligation to give her the best battle we can.